Hi everyone, I'm Barbara Dahm and I have a topic that I want to discuss with you today. It's something that's really been bothering me. It's on my mind a lot and I think it's an important subject because it affects people who stutter and affects perhaps the research that's done in the field of stuttering, the way we treat people who stutter, and the life experience of a person who stutters. So of course, that's important to me. Well, the topic is ableism, and that has become a popular word of late, ableism. What is ableism? It is sort of the outlook that we should all be able to do similar things. Maybe not be champion skiers or wonderful golfers, but we should all have the basic abilities that humans were created to have. That is, we should be able to see, hear, speak, walk. And if we can't do this, we are missing something. And the goal should be to have that something. The norm should be, as a therapist, to help a person to do that thing. If we're a researcher, to find a way so that the person can do that thing. And there is, against ableists, there are the rejectors of ableism. And these people believe that just because you can't see or hear or walk, that doesn't limit you in any way, or it's not to your benefit. It should be accepted, and we should see it as being something that is just as good for the person as not having that. So let's say a person who is deaf is just as well off as a person who can hear, or a person who is blind is just as well off as a person who can't see. And perhaps there, are people in this world who have gained a lot by being deaf and being blind. And my hero, Helen Keller, who actually got me into this whole field of communications, her life story did, she gained a lot by being blind and deaf, and she gave a lot to humanity, to society, and showed what people can do despite limitations. But is that to say that we should laud and say that if you have a limitation, keep it, don't do anything about it, keep that limitation for the rest of your life? Well, how does this affect stuttering? If you're an anti-ableist, you would say that if a person stutters, they should be encouraged to keep their stuttering, to continue to stutter, and feel really good about communication. They should be able to stutter as much as they want to stutter. And we shouldn't do anything to change that as therapists. Researchers should perhaps find ways to help people to enjoy their stuttering more. Well, I'm not an anti-ableist, and I'm not an ableist either. I think that there's a different way of looking at it. I think that we could look at this whole situation of not having an ability that is natural to human beings as something that is not a weakness. It's not to be looked at negatively. But at the same time, if we can become beings that function with all our systems working in the natural way, then that is terrific. And so therapies should be able to help a person to get to that point where their systems are working. Now let's talk about stuttering, because I've just been speaking in general terms up until now. If we look at stuttering, we have to really see that the reason the anti-ableists have come up at all is because so many people have been working on trying to speak fluently, and they haven't succeeded. So are we going to bang our heads against the wall for the rest of our lives and try to be fluent when it doesn't work? Well, no. But the thing is that they miss is that there is a system that is responsible and the cause of whether the speech is going to be fluent or not. And this system is dynamic and changeable. We can change it. It doesn't have to be done, a person doesn't have to be speaking in the same way all of their life, because people who stutter do have the ability to speak naturally. All the basics are there within them. They're just not using the system as it's meant to be used. And they can be helped to use their system in a better way. Researchers could find out more exactly where the system is not functioning the way it's meant to function. And therapists can help people to get their system to work effectively. Now, I agree that the goal should not be fluency, that the goal should be speaking freely. But the truth of the matter is, anybody who's using their system that creates stuttering is not speaking freely. They might be speaking in a way that's habitual to them, in a way that comes automatic to them to do it because they've done it so much in the past. And yes, it is their habitual system, but it's not totally free. And having the ability to really be free, to just go with your thoughts and to have your speech reflect that flow, that is something entirely different. And that is what speaking freely really is. So, am I an ableist? Not completely. Am I an anti-ableist? No, not completely. Do I say, let's just look at it a different way? We all want to function as naturally as we can. That makes our life easier on the whole. Anybody who doesn't want to, fine, that's okay. But most people do want to be able to function in a natural way. So that's what I'm here to do, to help you function in a natural way if you stutter. And this is something that, believe me, can be done. I have had so many people recently, I guess I've had a lot of encouragement recently because a lot of people who I've treated many years ago have, as they say, come out of the woodwork, and I have had contact with them and seen that they did make that change. So it is possible. If you want to make that change, go to the links below. You can contact me, and I'd be happy to help you to see what you can do to speak freely. Whatever way you think, let me know. That would really be good too.